Ladies and gentlemen, to round 3 of the championship division in the championship. We are at Austria tonight for a sprint round, as the third round of each, or after 3 rounds, we get a sprint weekend, and Austria is the third round. So the first sprint weekend of the season. It's myself who comes tonight, but I'm joined again by.
Inorganic.
Yep. So he has a new mic, I think.
Yeah, I've pinched Callum's PS5 headset, so we should have less trouble than we had last week. And other people that didn't hear, yeah, I'm Inorganic, but my name's Lee, so Luke will probably be calling me Lee because it's
it's
a lot
shorter.
easier to say than Inorganic all the time.
Yeah, and oh, wait, rain.
Rain.
And I hope everything is updated. So I give it a refresh, and it hasn't started yet. That's why I'm not seeing any information on the data. But it is, well, it's full wet. It seems like.
It looks like a proper storm there.
So that's interesting for the sprint then. Will cause some more chaos. And I think this is the first rain session we have seen in the championship. And that is also maybe for some drivers the first time that will challenge the no line in the rain.
Yeah, that's going to add. It's going to change braking points because you're going to have to brake a lot earlier in the wet than they do in the dry. So I think unless they've been practicing in the rain with no line, they're going to have to start learning it pretty quick.
Yeah, so the weather system has updated now, and it looks like we will have a wet sprint, as it will rain for at least 30 minutes. And in the main race, it seems like we might have a chance at rain at 45 minutes into the race, so that's a long time. But with some safety cars, that's very easily possible to get to that point. We're joined by some people in the chat. Good evening to Bakker and Colin in the chat, and Evil Master saying another Merc 1-2. Is that your prediction, or do you want to don't want to make any predictions again?
Am I going to put the curse on anyone? Do you know what? I think it's going to be a hard one to call, especially in these conditions. Plus Mercedes starting at the back with the rain. If the first two get off the way, okay, the new drivers, karting, and
Glader.
If they can keep it clean and stay out of trouble, they've got a chance of, I think, during the sprint race anyway, taking 1-2. But like we said, no line in the wet. It could be anyone's.
And that's the most fun part about this. It's quite a shame it isn't in the main race, because that would have caused some more trouble, but a sprint is where you can give everything, so let's see if some people do take the risks. As we are lining up, 12 guys ready for the starting grid. We got a beautiful shot. It's 3, 4, 5 lights. In the sprint is on the way, and a bad start from the Haas on the front row. Getting jumped by his teammate, and the McLaren, he's dropping back, and it seems like Stubby's up to P1 already into turn 1. Oh, it's a collision between Booty and Karting, so Karting dropped down from pole position.
Let's see if there's any.
And good start from Stebo, up to P4, and Jetfish even better, up to P5. Glader losing, so our front row is losing a lot of positions here in the beginning of the lap.
Yeah, bad start there for karting. They go straight away because my prediction. Oops.
And yeah, it looks like the Ferraris have a good start.
Booty and Stubby have had a good start.
And Stebo is now up to P3, Wardy up to P2, and Jetfish is making moves. He's already up to P4, starting in last position. And it looks like Al might move up with him as well.
Oh, I'd look down the inside there. The track limits on this.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people going wide.
Yeah, they've really got to watch track limits there. I struggled terrible yesterday in the track limits.
It's a difficult one.
I don't know if it's a bit more forgiving in the rain. I don't know if they still use the track limits as much, but
oh yeah, and Stebo is now going up to P1 after a bit of a mistake from Stubby. Jetfish already up to P3, so this will be a fight between Stebo and Jetfish, I reckon. I do notice that Racerbeard has switched to Red Bull, because he previously was in Alfa Romeo in our standings. So that's interesting. So his points won't add up to Alfa Romeo, they will add up to Red Bull, I guess. Or he is now reserve, I'm not sure. But Stebo is gone. 8 positions gained already. Running a bit wide. Oh, mistake from Stubby, and Jetfish now up to P2. So
Jetfish is having a blinder.
Yeah. He's flying. 10 positions up from his starting position. Ooh, runs a bit wide. But now Wardy moving up to P3, so Stubby is losing a lot of positions after that great start. And this is a Ferrari versus Mercedes battle, as they are now equal in the Algear standings as well.
Just looking at Matt, Kieran having a close battle down the straight. Kieran had a look on the inside, but
oh, it's an Haas round. It's Glader again, and Stubby's still looking for an overtake on Al. We switch to the battle behind.
Matt's just got past plus the oil can.
Yeah, up
and
to
Kieran.
Oh, Stebo's lost it. Our leader. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Still a sprint, so he can gain those positions back. But that is great news for Mercedes, as Stubby is now retired. Where is he? Oh, he's out on the left side, and I think it's a safety car or a virtual
safety.
Oh, a safety car, and Stebo is in. I guess he is going to change his wing, but it's a 1-2 for Mercedes.
Stubby lost his wings.
Yeah, he might have. The difficult thing is, do you choose a dry setup now? Because the main race will be dry, and then you will struggle during the sprint.
Yeah, I think that would be the way to go. So obviously, you get more points in the main race than you do in the sprint. So I think, yeah, you would look at going on a dry setup and just maybe sacrificing the pace that you've got in the sprint for obviously the main race.
And there aren't a lot of drivers in championship, so the risk that you're still starting in a good position, there's a very high chance you do. Some people are going in. Jetfish is going in. His teammate is going in. Wardy is staying out. So what are they going to switch to the intermediates then? But double stacking, that's interesting. Yeah, intermediates.
It still looks very wet for for intermediates.
I'm quite surprised because it still says stormy conditions, so I think they are the only drivers. Let's see what the tire is. No, Rosebeertje and Glader also have gone to the intermediates, but it means that Ward is now in the lead. Interesting strategy from the Mercedes guys.
And as it stands in the live drivers' standings, Jetfish is still out in the lead. Matt moves up to second, and Al moves down to third.
Yeah, it's a close battle for second between Matt, Al, and Stebo. And Kieran isn't that far off, actually.
Yeah, Kieran in fifth place on the live driver standings. He's up to fourth now, so I think them pit stops may have played into Kieran and Booty's hand a bit there.
They jumped up some positions.
But the rain is still absolutely coming down, so it's a gamble going on to intermediates, I think.
Yeah, it also depends on how long I think the safety car will take, because if they do, if the weather does start to transform to light rain, then I think Matt is going in. Yeah, so another position for the McLaren boys, and karting is doing the same. So I think people are starting to change now to the intermediates.
Yeah, looking at the weather forecast, it does say plus 5 minutes light rain. So it might be starting to ease up.
So the question is, who has the right strategy then? As Glader's lost his wing during the safety car.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Quite surprised that. So the McLarens and the Ferraris just decided to stay out on the wet tires. It does look from onboard, it does look a bit dry, no, not necessarily drier, but it does look like the rain isn't that heavy as it was in the beginning.
Yeah, I think the full wet runners will be clearing a lot of water for the people on the intermediate, so we could have a bit of a grandstand finish.
Yeah. The only, don't think the safety car will be in this lap because there's still one car very far behind. But can they gain that time in those few laps? That's the question. I do think that maybe if you look from onboard of Booty, then again it looks like it's raining a lot, so it's...
Yeah, it still looks a bit too wet for maybe intermediates at the moment, but if it does start turning to light rain, it could come into intermediate runners could come into their own, but they could lose a bit of time. What the way it is at the moment to the people that are on full wets.
Yeah, from what I know from the Mercedes boys, is they are the first one on the intermediates. They do have medium traction control, so they will have an advantage on the traction anyway. We got joined in the chat by Matt Jones, and I think that's... Now I do have to...
Yeah, we've got Higgsy in the chat saying evening gents. Ivor, good evening all. Let's go Ferrari. Smith, good luck everyone.
Yep.
Colin, good teamwork from Wardy there. And Jones, good evening. How's it going, guys?
It's going great, I think, for me. Bit ill from the past few days, but still able to do some comms.
And I've got my umbrella up.
Safety car is in then. We will have, I think, 5 laps remaining after this one, so this will be a very short sprint. Oh, unfortunately no Aston Martin for you, Jones. They don't even have drivers here. I'm interested to see what Jetfish is going to do at the safety car restart.
Yeah, because I tell you what, it looks like the rain has eased off a bit.
Yep. Good start from Wardy. And Jet was already looking up the inside of Booty.
Matt's moved up, got past. Oh no. Both the Red Bulls having a go at each other there.
Oh, Kieran and Booty fighting. This is for a podium place in the sprint.
And teammates.
It does seem like Jetfish is struggling on the traction, as Thibaut is also right up behind Al.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much of a drying line there.
No, they don't have a very big advantage, although in the corners it seems like Jetfish is gaining on Kieran. Now up the inside. Passed up to P4. And Booty's having a look at P2. While in the meantime Wardy is creating a gap. Oh, a bit wide from Rusty.
Ooh. Yeah, Booty's got him.
Oh, and now Jetfish.
Jetfish is going to dive up there as well. He's got past oil can.
Will he dive up the inside of Booty? He does. Who has the better exit? Oh, Owls plus Kieran. This is a big fight going on behind. Will Stebo go up the inside? No, he stays behind. We got Rusty and Booty fighting.
Kieran's going to be maybe a bit of contact then with Kieran and Stebo, but
there's a lot happening. I tried to switch to a good camera, but it's we got 5 or 6 cars in a very short piece of track.
All of them look like they're on wets or wet still. So maybe the Inters now are coming into their own.
Yeah, Jetfish now closing in quite rapidly on Wardy. But can Wardy hold on to at least maybe a top 3?
Oh, both McLarens go wide.
Jetfish fastest lap, 1:15. That's a big improvement. But Glader now 14.7. He has found some pace.
Ooh. Or bit of a touchdown between Stebo and Rusty Orkan going into the first corner. They both come out of it alright.
Oh, Kieran and Rusty fighting. This is a big train for me.
Yes.
Need to keep an eye out on the front, but
Kieran's going to have a look on the
inside.
He's going to break himself. Oh!
Holding on though.
He's held onto it.
Oh, Matt, great traction on the intermediate tires. Bit of wheel banging. Can he hold on around the outside? No, he can't. Oh, let's switch to the front though, as Jetfish is now really close behind. Oh.
There was a bit of contact then between the hats.
Oh, and Jetfish up the inside in that corner. I didn't expect that. Now I was following through, and the Mercedes is almost taking a 1-2 in one corner.
Yeah, them intermediate tyres are really. It was probably a good call.
Yeah.
The rain definitely easing up.
To see that with Glader, he seems to have a lot of pace, but so does Matt. Now Matt looking for an overtake. So this is a lot of cars now right behind each other.
Yeah, I think we could expect a lot of the same in the main race.
Yeah, it is a track to follow quite well, and you have 3 DRS zones, so this is a close field. So looking forward to the main race.
Yep, and the bill on.
Oh, someone is off track. It's Kieran. He already was a bit off track.
He's managed to. Yeah, Stebo's got past him.
Oh, now Glader and Matt trying to follow through on the intermediates.
Okay, and Matt's got through. So Kieran's dropped down to 9th now.
Oh, Jetfish, 13.6, 2 seconds gained, or 4 seconds on Wardy in 1 lap. That's a lot.
Glader got a bit wide as well. Glader's got a time penalty, so.
Yeah, he's gone wide again. Matt is now trying to overtake Stebo and Rusty on the final lap of this sprint. Stebo around the outside. Oh, Rusty almost outbreaks himself.
Stebo's gone wide. He's joined back okay.
Who has the better traction? Matt has a great straight line speed. Will he go up the inside? Oh, bit of 3 wide. This is not going to end well. No, Matt round a bit. Oh, Stebo and Rusty. Yeah, this wasn't going to end well. Stebo unfortunately caught up with that. Need to switch.
Yeah. Rusty all cans dropped down to bottom. That's tight round there. That corner is such a fast corner, and I think Rusty. Oh, and Rusty may have cooked his tyres because he's just spun round.
It is a 1-2 for Mercedes in the sprint. Jetfish in P1, Al in P3, P2, but Wardy will take that P3 in the sprint. Booty finishes just ahead of Matt in P4. Matt is in P5, karting in P6 on his first sprint. Kieran jumped up to P7. Glader dropped down to P8 with his time penalty. Stebo finishes in 9th in the sprint. Reuzenbeertje is in P10 and Rusty Olken in P11. Stubby on the final grid spot. Bit of a hectic sprint there, last lap.
Yeah, you didn't know where to look on that one. It was all kicking off. The weather for... We have got 30 minutes into the race, overcast, and a 42% chance of rain. So, halfway into the race, could start having changing conditions. I know that happened yesterday in the first division. Rain happened towards the end of the race, but didn't have too much of an effect. So it'd be interesting now to see if everyone has gone on to a dry setup.
Yeah. So Kieran saying we'll have to make positions in the race. Indeed.
Jones, you've got this, Kieran. I know Rusty and Stubby at the back of the grid, but with that first corner, they might be able to stay out of a bit of trouble. Because that first corner, you get it wrong, you could have quite a few people spin in front of you. So all's not lost at the back.
No, definitely, and depends on what setups are being used. Jones saying tomorrow my opening line will be and last night's race winner Kieran. So Jones knows who will be the winner tonight. Does Kieran have a podium in championship? I'm not sure. I don't think he has yet.
No, he hasn't. No. If he had, I trust me, I would have known about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes great pleasure in giving me a lot of grief on how much quicker he is at driving than what I am.
Well, I'm getting beaten by my brother the past 2 races, and do have to say on the old game that was completely not the case. So I have to get a bit used in and get more practice in, and I know it's but it gives you motivation though. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've also got obviously Callum as well in the first division, and he's got the pace as well, so I get it both barrels there. Especially when I'm down in like 15th place. It causes some great pleasure.
Well, to be fair, the pace isn't. It's just a very competitive league, so the pace isn't that bad. Because I think if you try to let most dads try to race in a or if I try to let my dad in the race in a simulator, I don't think he will get too close to you. I think he will be watching, so he knows I'm saying this, but with a period of practice maybe. But it's still very good pace, so.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone from last week, Belgium, the longest track in the calendar, to the shortest track in the calendar.
That's quite a change, yeah. Still some classic circuits though, that's the thing they have in common. Jones, you're saying you can't wait to see some of my racecraft. Well, I'm not sure what you want to see, because Austria is definitely not my type of circuit. As long as you don't jinx my results.
I'm saying nothing. I'm not going to wish you luck again.
Yeah, so for the second time tonight, we will have the 5 red lights. And they are off again. As the Mercedes on the hards, who has the better traction? Wardy has a lot of traction at the start. Looks like everything else is going clean. Oh, it's a collision, and Stubby is into the wall. And the Mercedes, do we see some Mercedes fighting in Austria? We have seen that before in real life as well.
Yes, we had Mercedes battling last week in Belgium. That gave us most of the entertainment last week.
I think they will give that tonight, as they are very close on pace. I think, from what I've seen.
Yep, they've already opened up a 1 second gap on Wardy.
Yeah, that's on the hard, so they have a lot of pace.
Yeah. I think everyone else.
So I get a bit of an update from Smith saying that he didn't carry over. I think it did, because it did tell me it carried over. So I'm not sure if it did. Fastest lap for Jetfish in the race after lap 1. Let's see, who has had a good start? Rusty has had a good start. It's up to P6. And Stubby is down in P12 again.
Yeah, looking at the weather, we could have a finish under light rain conditions.
That will be crazy, some last lap rain. We hoped for it last week in Belgium, but it stayed pretty dry, you could say.
Yes, yeah, we were watching the clouds. We had the countdown, but it didn't quite happen. Always good chance of rain with Austria.
Oh, yellow flag, and it's karting, and I think he does have damage. That's unfortunate for him. So, Smith, as you say, you refreshed it. What points is Jetfish currently on, with the fastest lap included? Now what? This is going to be changing every time. What is Al on currently with the fastest lap, as he's trying to overtake his teammate Jetfish now with DRS?
Yeah, Jetfish will still be out first in the driver's standings. Al will be second.
Al up the inside. Oh, leaving his teammate the room. Oh yeah, so my points definitely carried over them, because for me Al was on 100 points, as I said that. And it's fighting now between the teammates. Switchback from Jetfish.
He's just watching the rusty oil can Kieran battle. But it will keep staying as it is. Jetfish in first, Al second, but there'll only be 10 points between them if it stays like this.
It's very close. Bit of advice: don't refresh the page for the standings, because it will show you the points without the sprint, and they did collect some points. Stopping now with the fastest lap. But now Jetfish up the inside for turn 3 or 2. Oh, completely misses the corner.
Oh,
Only lost 7 about a half a second though.
Wardy just a bit too far back to capitalise on that.
Yeah, Wardy under pressure from Booty as well. Weather forecast for Jones, it says that in 45 minutes it will be light rain, and for the parts before that, so might be the majority of the race, it will be overcast, so just so you know.
Yeah, we're at 47% for 30 minutes into the race of chance of rain, which then steadily goes up to 66 and 74% towards the end.
Matt fastest lap, Steven on fastest lap, but Booty's putting pressure on Wardy, and Colin saying Wardy praying for rain has more wing than others, so he chose a wet setup. That's interesting.
I will be hoping for the rain towards the end. Hopefully he can keep up with the pace of them, and if it does rain, he'll be able to take advantage of it. But Booty's got past him there, and I think he's going to stop dropping back if he has got a wet setup.
Yeah, and I mean in the corners he can stay behind them, and then he will have a bit of help from the DRS. I don't think it's enough. Yeah, Stubby's already the first one on track limit penalties. I don't think it will be the last. Evo was promoted actually. I think that he's to reserve. And Matt picks up penalties to Premier Reserve. So Evo's not in this division anymore.
Yes, yeah. The first race he blitzed everyone, didn't he? He was so far ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got promoted.
Kieran under pressure.
In the first division, we've got Nats, who's won 2 races out of 2 races that she's.
Did she?
She's driven. Yeah.
So she is a potential championship driver, then you could say.
It'd be interesting to see if she could go into.
Does she use any assist?
I don't think she does. I don't know if she uses line though.
Well, that's a difficult one to know, yeah. Because if she doesn't, then she's definitely potential for a championship or a premier.
I think anyone that's faster than me should be moved into the championship. Just be me driving around on my own.
So Jones saying no assists, so that's very impressive then to be put in the first division. Could definitely use her, maybe, or be interesting to see her in the championship.
Yeah. Mr. Jones returns, yeah, Evil moved to the reserves of the Prem, and no assists. I need a lower division than first. he beat me yesterday, so he's not that slow. I think a bit of sandbagging going on there, I think.
What happened to the magic Saturday night braces? He used to beat me in there. Big fight in the middle of the pack here.
Yeah, it's all very close. We've got Wardy, Matt, Mr. Ilkan, Kieran at the back of that DRS train.
Stibo's up down a bit.
Jetfish has recovered really well from going out wide. he's still kept up with Al.
And look at Al's ERS, still almost full. Quite surprised by that, so not using any to defend.
He's giving Jetfish a helpful tow. I mean, they're already 4.5 seconds ahead of Booty.
Yep. They're... Oh!
That was close.
They're helping Mercedes in the L gear, as they've scored the majority of their points.
Yeah, they're in the constructors. Yeah, they're flying. And Ferrari in second place. And the constructors in the championship.
Yeah, it's just one Ferrari got overtaken by Matt. Unfortunately, Glader doesn't have his data put public, so we can't see his points being added to Haas and to his championship.
Oh, I can having a look at Wardy, a bit close. All under DRS train. Oh,
Yeah.
What's the Orkan's having a look?
The inside. Oh, wheel banging, and that's.
Oh, he's got away with it.
Now, Kieran moved up to P6.
Kieran gonna have a look. He's
under pressure from Stebo.
Stebo. That's. Looking at if Kieran's not, it's going to be too far back to make
for the 3 second.
That finish.
Currently, he would jump up to P5, but the race is still quite long, so.
Yes, it's a long way to go.
But I think there will be more drivers with penalties. So. Oh, Booty running a bit wide, under pressure from Matt. But also Jetfish now close behind Owl again. I mean, Owl, this will be a fight between those two for the championship, so it's a bit like real life Mercedes. Will they still be the great friends and teammates they were?
If they take each other out.
Yeah, once you start to fight for a championship, maybe. Because they both, well, Jetfish has won one championship in season 1. Up the inside, Owl around the outside. Holding on, now he has the ERS to use. Up the inside then. Ooh, still diving up the inside. Still side by side. Coming around the corner.
Oh, that's... Because on the corners as well, you're tiny little bit wide, you're going to get them track warnings.
Yeah.
And the time penalties can come really into play towards the end. Matt's moved up into 3rd.
Yeah, that's true, off camera. So you're focusing on the 5 for the lead. Now it's Al behind Jetfish. Jetfish doesn't have a lot of ERS left. Oh, later again.
Penalty, yeah. So easy on this track. The corners beg you to attack them, but a bit of understeer coming out of them and track limits.
Stebo's now up to P5, so he moved up ahead of Kieran, and Wardy's dropping back a lot now, back in P8. Oh, Glader almost hitting the back of Wardy.
Yeah, Wardy's really going to be open for rain.
So any update on the weather? Let's see. Currently says 30 minutes, so that's 30 minutes from now. Well, we have 25 laps left, and they take about a minute and...
Yeah, it's over a minute, isn't it? So...
There is a chance that if we do get a safety car, we might see some light rain at the end. Oh, Stebo now...
It is going up. It's gone up to 58% at 30 minutes.
Slowly going up.
I don't think it's going to come soon enough for Wardy.
No, I don't think so, as he's now losing positions to Glader.
He's got DRS though, so he's Wardy's just managed to hold off Glader, but...
Booty being overtaken by Stebo. Stebo up to P4 now. And within the 3 seconds of Matt, and he's in the fight for P3 in the championship with Matt. But Al moved ahead of Jetfish again.
Oh, that's...
Evil that shouldn't let you in, you're too quick. At least we got a fight for the win this time.
Yeah, Jetfish is in the DRS zone.
Oh, yellow. And it is Stubby. And that's the front wing on the track.
Oh, yeah, he's gone for a good spin. He's lost completely his front wing. And on the start-finish straight as well, so he's going to have to do a whole lap with no front wing. That's really gonna hurt his race.
Stebo has found some pace, is what I've seen. Very quick. Oh, Kieran, unfortunately. 3 seconds penalty in the fight with Rusty Oil again.
That would explain the moan I just heard from upstairs. Kieran's penalty.
My dad knows about, and my brother knows about it too. When I do make some sound when something happens. Oh, Booty also penalty starting to come now.
Yes, and in such a short track as well. The 3 seconds is a big disadvantage.
Jetfish up the inside again. Oh, he misses the corner a bit. Now I'll switch back. Oh, still fighting going on between the Mercedes guys. Oh, do I see some rain on the...
It looks like rain, yes.
Ooh, interesting. Like yeah, it's raining, I think. That is a bit unexpected then.
Yeah. It doesn't look like rain from that camera shot.
It says 25%, so it isn't. Well, it isn't that much, but it's still 25%. So, well, this will be interesting now because
yes, it's definitely raining. I'm just on board with Matt, and yep, it's raining. So the Ferrari gods have spoken.
I guess so. We switch back to the front. No fighting for positions there.
Can I join as well? Evil. Stick me out because I'll the old Grand Slam.
Stebo overtaking Matt, now up to P3. And Jones saying, here comes the podium, Kieran. I don't know if Kieran is quick enough on the ranges, but we will have to see.
I don't know what setup Kieran's gone for, so I can't get any inside information.
Don't want to distract him, of course, by asking.
Oh, no.
It's still not enough rain to disable the DRS, so we'll be continuing. Jetfish up the inside of Al again into this corner. He will have the DRS for the next straight, pushes his teammate a bit wide. Now it's DRS versus ERS as Al has the ERS. Now Al's gaining again. Will he go up the inside? Oh, he's thinking about it.
He was having a look, yep.
Ooh, the silver arrows fighting. Oh, it's Stubby off again. He's already a lap down. Oh no, he's not a lap down.
He's kept it going. I don't think there's any damage.
So will the medium guys stay out as long as possible to get to the rain? That will
look at this, yeah, Stubby's got rear wing damage.
Oh yeah, that's not helping.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, we will have Al again making a move on his teammate. Into P1. Clader overtaking Kieran off screen. Quick look back at the grid here. People fighting. Kieran now re-overtaking Glader. Oh, Jetfish also going up the inside of his, around the outside of his teammate. misses the braking a bit. Still side by side for the Mercedes boys, and Chetfish is ahead. But in the meantime, Stebo is gaining a lot of time.
They're fighting amongst themselves. He's playing into Stebo's hands there.
Stubby having the best of races. Still collecting
really.
4 points for Haas. So.
Yeah, if he can keep going.
That's him.
It's spun again. Yeah, that rear wing damage is really going to be. But if he can keep it going, he is going to get points.
Yep. With our point system, of course. Oh, it's a big fight as someone's going in. Rusty again is in. Now, will Rusty switch to the intermediates? I don't think so. That's a bit early. Yeah, will it switch to the hards? I don't think you want to go to the hards right now. Oh, someone is around. No, he's going to the hards.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other has Glader's spun. Oh, Jetfish up the inside of his teammate again. Stebo's closing in rapidly then. 3.5 now. He's gaining almost a second per lap.
Yeah, this battle in between the Silver Arrows, it's good to watch, but it's slowing them up. Stebo's really gaining, and Matt's not that far. If Matt can keep going as well, he could join the fun.
Now I do see him, sliding a bit from Jetfish. So this tire wear will play a factor right now. We got the first one on intermediates. It's karting. He's a lap down right now, but he's the first one on intermediate. So interesting. Bit early in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah. I think he's thinking if he can.
Oh, Jetfish going deep.
He's gone wide.
That will not help him in the fight with Stebo behind.
And Al's got the DRS as well.
They're both draining their ERS. Fighting each other. Yeah, karting is definitely struggling on the intermediate tires. But it's starting to get to rain a bit more now. See more drops on the screen. Stennis is gaining a second. That's quite an interesting name for Stebo.
He's really gaining there. It'd be interesting if he can get into the DRS zone before it's turned off because of the rain.
Yeah, and how long will the mediums last? Because he's already 19 laps.
Come on to hards, or do you risk? It's still too early for the intermediates.
I think he might try to take it a bit longer, the mediums, and go to softs. Because if we can stretch the mediums that long, then it might be an opportunity to do that the same with the softs. Stebo rear wear is very high. I might have a look if I can see that on the data. So, oh, yellow flag. It's a Red Bull. It's Razor Beach, I think. Select the driver. Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
Don't know how you can see that. Oh, Razor Beach lost his wing. But yeah, intermediate still not the best choice, as we see karting losing 6 seconds in about 2 laps.
That's a big one. That's a big one. That's going to be a safety car. That's got to be a safety car.
Oh, yep. Safety car. Now this is interesting, because what do you do now? Rain increased to third.
It's still quite dry out there, isn't it? The track. Ward is in. And Glader's in as well.
Oh yeah, now I can see the... Oh, now I can see the tire wear, yeah. So, thanks, Smith. Ward is gone to the hards. Glader going... Oh, what happened to Rusty? He DNF'd in the pit. That's interesting.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
Let's see, where do the Mercedes switch to? Yeah. So what is the tire wear of the Mercedes, guys? So tire wear between 52 and 56 for Jetfish. So they will definitely change, but the question is, where will they change to? Now Al is in, the leader of the Mercedes, making a gap. And he is switching to the medium tires. So what is happening at Camp Ferrari then?
Stevo's in. It's still too
Intermediates.
dry for intermediates.
Ooh. Oh, he has to wait. What happened? Oh, a bit of a glitch there.
I think he's gambling now that he won't have to.
Matt is taking the same gamble, and Kieran is going to the softs. Now that's a good gamble, I think.
Yeah, that could be, because it still looks too dry.
Oh, Jetfish has switched to 20 lap old mediums. Or is it switched to 0 then? Do I have it wrong on my screen?
I haven't got the tyres on my screen.
Yeah, I think Rusty leaving it. Yeah, that's a bit glitched because Steve has not got 21 lap old. I think because of Rusty leaving and he was the host, so maybe that caused a bit of problems.
Right. I don't know why. Rusty, because I can't. There doesn't show any damage on the screen, so.
Oh, but it looks like it isn't raining enough though, so for Stebo. So either it has to rain quite quickly now, or because it still says in 10 minutes we will have light rain, but don't think the safety car will take 10 minutes. Or do you try to take the gamble by losing out in the first part and then they have to make the switch to the intermediates and you jump ahead? That's the question.
Yeah, I think that's the gamble, isn't it? Probably take it slow, but then catch the time up when other cars are coming in to go on to intermediates. I think Kieran's looking at maybe doing the same, but going on to softs, a few laps on softs, and then obviously the rain comes down a bit more. So if he can get a good start on them softs, and then he'll be in then for intermediates as the rain starts to become heavy. That could be a clever call.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation. I've seen it before in what we used to have mid-gear, that it was raining quite hard, but it was only for a short period, so some people stayed out on dries with extreme weather, but then they switched back to the dry and they stayed out and they won the race again. So it was looking like they were losing out a lot, and then at the end they won. So it's difficult to know what will happen because we don't know what the weather will say.
Yeah, because mine's not refreshing.
So every lap behind the safety car is an advantage for Stebo if the rain is coming.
Yep, if the rain can come down a bit more.
So we will get rain at the end because it says light rain in 10 minutes and we still got 12 laps left. Oh, what's that? It's an AlphaTauri going straight. It is a gamble though, that's an interesting one.
Yep, I think Kieran's going to hope that it doesn't rain too hard now. He can get away from when the safety car comes in, get away on them softs.
Yeah.
Because he'll have a big advantage over the intermediate runners, but he will have to make a pit stop if it starts to get heavier.
Yeah, and Jetfish now in the chat joining us saying it is raining. Interesting. So he definitely feels the rain then on the traction, I think. So could Stebo be in a good position? Safety car in this lap, no DRS available. And we will start lap 25. Rain at 41%. But it is definitely raining.
Yeah, on my screen it says Jetfish has still got 23
Yeah,
lap
same.
hards mediums.
I think it should be 2, as we said in the test system. If you go to damage, and you could see his tire wear. This is like a mini sprint, or this is a sprint all over again, but different situations. Look at the start. Al did get though. Oh, and Steve-O is struggling.
And safety car's in.
And Jetfish already catches him. No, what is happening? He's slowing down. Or he doesn't want to risk it. Yellow flag, that's the AlphaTauri slowing down. Yeah, Al creating a big gap. And Jetfish just doesn't have the straight line speed I guess compared to the Ferrari. Up the inside.
Pulled a second out already on them softs.
Yeah, he's trying to attack those intermediate runners. But the Mercedes are gone into 1 and 2. Jones saying, can we get an inorganic prediction?
Well, I'm not going to say the person who's leading the race at the moment, because if I jinx him, I mean, Al looks quite far down now.
There goes Kieran, up to P4. Overtaking Matt on those intermediate. The intermediate is definitely not working yet.
It's still the track's very dry.
Kieran up the inside for P3. And the intermediates are dropping down. But can he now close into the Mercedes, guys? That's the question. I think still tire wear wise he would be good. But we got light rain in 5 minutes. That's about 5 laps. So how much time can the Mercedes guys gain in those 5 laps on the intermediate runners?
That's actually quite interesting, because on my screen, as I'm watching it, I've actually got Kieran is in the lead. But on the YouTube, obviously we've got so I don't know what's going on my screen at the moment. I'm on the same amount of laps, but it's all over the shop.
You were saying I would gain a pit stop. Yeah, that's because you're racing with guys who are not in the same division. It's like putting Man City in the League One or something. Booty up to P5, overtaking Matt.
Let's base the results off inorganic screen. I don't know why.
Is it a prediction into the future, maybe? It's a bit of a weird situation because it is raining. Because you would have, if this is the rain, I would have put at least, like, put my umbrella out or something. Because you will get wet with this kind of weather, but it's not wet enough to wet the track.
Yeah, it's just still very light, isn't it? Still very light.
Oeh, reuze beetje.
And I've got a yellow flag now on my screen, but I've still got Kieran out in the lead. So
Your screen has me first next week. Sivo isn't that far off. He's obviously losing time, but it's not like massive time loss. But if this will be the situation for the coming 8 laps, then what's the point in staying on the intermediates? You won't want to make another pit stop though at this point, as karting has gone to the intermediates, so this might be an indication that it is becoming a bit more wet.
Yep, now on my screen, yeah, he's just come out of the pits and he's on intermediates.
So you basically need to see what the gap is between the leaders, because on your screen it still tells him your Kieran is in the lead.
Yep, because on my screen I've got Kieran about 1/10 of a second ahead of Matt. Oh,
Ahead of Matt?
Kieran down into second. So I don't know what's going on my screen at all.
But you see him overtaking Kieran?
Yes. Yep,
How?
I've got Matt now in front of Kieran on my screen, so...
You're living in a different world.
I'm totally out of this now. The dreaded glitch has come in somewhere.
That's weird. Am I in the right? That's the thing. Am I in the right? Or are you in the right? I'm not sure.
The parallel universe RPM.
Another mystery.
Because, yeah, and I've got Al down in 8th on my screen.
That's interesting.
So, yeah, I'm kind of struggling at the moment.
Yeah, understandable.
So, yeah, on your stream, yeah, we've got Al, Jetfish, Kieran, and yeah, Matt down in 6th. So I don't know why it's saying Matt's in 2nd on mine. Oh well. I apologise to all of the people watching. I'll try and keep up the best that I can.
What does your standing say? Does it update with what you're seeing on screen, or is it what I see on screen?
I've got yeah, Matt now down to 4th in the live standings. Steve-O up to 3rd.
Oh yeah, then you're seeing the same as I do.
Yeah.
So
Kieran's still in 5th in the championship.
no, standings come from me. Okay, so I could still be in the wrong multiverse here. We will never know. We just have to see what other people's POV are. On my screen now, weather forecast saying light rain situation. Steve-O is still holding on to Kieran, but Kieran is on the softs, so... Yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
Oh, glider again. Oh, Jetfish going wide. So they're struggling now, the Mercedes. Jetfish is struggling.
Yeah, my screen's now got Al in 1st.
So it's
I'm in a
updated.
completely different world of my own. Here I am in a world of my own. Oh, and that looks like Red Bull's off.
Yeah, so you're seeing people go off, but they're in different positions for you. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm also having to watch your stream on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. It's Inter's time. Is what people saying in the comments. Steve-O is now closing in on Kieran and gaining or moving away from Booty.
Yeah, nine laps on softs. They're going to start be going off.
Is the DRS still on? I'm not sure. But it's not a lot of laps left though. It's only 5 laps remaining. So those guys on the drives will probably just try to stay out. Prediction in the chat: Steve-O, Matt, Kieran. So what happens to the Mercedes then?
Oh, is he? I think Jones is trying for me to put my predictions in as both the Mercedes and they go out.
Oh, Al picks up a 3-second time penalty. That might change the course of the lead. No, DRS not available. Jones is manifesting a podium for Kieran. I hope your manifestation is working. Al 12-second penalty incoming, okay. That would mean Steve-O will win, but we ignore that part.
Jones on the organic screen.
Yeah.
Yep, on my screen, Matt's first, Kieran second. It's jumping all over the shop. It's Al's now in the lead, so yes. So I'm having to look on a very small screen now on my phone.
Different way of comms then. So it's Matt overtaking Booty now, and it looks like Stebo might overtake Kieran for P3 on track. Yeah, and he is passed. The inters are starting to work, but it's still 6.5 seconds to Jetfish, and it will be 7.5 to get within that 3-second window of Al. So can he make that in about 3 laps? That's the question.
And them softs now are really going to be hurting Kieran, so I think he's going to drop back.
Yeah.
And it's too late in the race to
make a change.
Come into the pits.
But
it was a good gamble. As Mr. Jones always says, he likes a good gamble. And yeah, well, I think Kieran took the gamble if it was going to rain more, everyone's going to have to come into the pits.
No. Don't cut Rusty out. He's got inters on, that's true. He's not in the race anymore, but he's still on the intermediate, so watch out.
And he's definitely DNF'd on my screen as well, so...
No, Jetfish hasn't taken the mediums 32 laps. It's a glitch. It's about the same as Al. I think it's the same as Al, so...
Yeah, on the YouTube screen, yeah, it's saying 12 laps for Al. Yeah, and on my screen it's saying 33.
Oh. Matt now overtaking Kieran. As the intermediates start to work, I think, as Stebo's slowly closing in, but there's only 2 laps available after this one. I don't think the rain will calm down that quickly to make that big of a change.
Yeah, Stebo's not gaining quick enough. So I think he's looking at a podium finish.
Yep. Again behind the Mercedes. Oh! Oh! Kieran, what happened? He's reversing on the track. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened there. I think he might have spun, and then because you spin sort of into the pits, he got reset. But he's now in P7.
Yep, I think them softs have really let go now.
Jones choked him then.
Jones, no.
The curse is real. Now it's starting to get wet, and now Stebo is closing in quite rapidly, but it's just we needed a few more laps, and it would have been alright.
It would have been, yeah, just not catching up quick enough.
I wonder how many warnings Jetfish has. Because if he's on 2, he would there's a very high chance he's taking it safe. But it's the final lap of this race.
Al's got a good gap.
Stebo is closing in though. But it's not enough, I think.
Yeah,
will we see a mistake for the Mercedes guys in the final lap? That could be something. Jetfish is really losing a lot of time now. But we follow Al as he's taking it slowly through the middle sector. Oh, Kieran, another 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
1.6 for for Stebo on Jetfish. One more lap and he would have got it. We follow Al through the final corner. And in those tricky conditions, He wins the race just ahead of his teammate as Thibaut is going wide. Just one more lap and he would have got him. Thibaut finishes in P3, it's Jetfish in P2, then Matt finishes in P4, and I think Wardy will get that P5. So good result for Ferrari in P3 and P5, Booty to P6, and we were just waiting for Kieran to come around the final corner.
As my screen suddenly shows the correct.
Glader in 8, and then it will be Reusebeers in P9 and TC Karting in P10. But it is a good win from Al, quicker than his teammate. Oh, Reusebeers just lost it.
On the last lap.
Karting is already finished, so he will finish P9. Picking up some points for the Red Bull team. 10 points actually, which haven't been added yet to Red Bull. But Mercedes extending their lead by 23 points in the constructors and also in the all gears, as they are now 31 points ahead of Ferrari. It is Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren. It looks like looks like real life. So
Alfa Romeo 5th, not far off McLaren.
No.
So we're still in there.
You are not that far off, to be fair. Colin and I need to jump Mercedes tomorrow to get close to them.
Now, do I wish you luck tomorrow?
No, it depends. It's become a tricky situation now.
Another great 1-2 from Mercedes.
Yeah. And also in the championship now, in the Drivers' Championship, Al is closing in. He's only 13 points behind Jetfish. So that's an exciting one. Thibaut, to be fair, only 30 points off the lead. So not that far off, considering we got 40 points for a win.
Yeah, it's very tight in there.
Yeah, Matt is also not that far off.
It's only 18 points off Al. Oh, as my screen just...
Yeah, it saved the results, I think. So we've got results to the final race. For the race, fastest lap to karting with a 1:07.5, so he will get the 2 extra points. And he got 8 points on his first race. He got the final results on screen. It's a 1-2 from... It's very close actually, only 3.2. Well, Al has a penalty, but only 3.2 between first and third. The official results are Kieran winning.
Yeah, my screen, I'm afraid, did update towards the end, but for so long I was watching the race thinking Kieran was so far out in the lead. I don't know what happened there. Good glitches.
Yeah, and another good race then. In championship, very exciting race. Would have been even better if the weather just played a bit more into the favor of the intermediates, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow, or I will be racing tomorrow, and we will give our position to Mr. Jones and Mr. Kieran in chat right now on. I think you will be watching again, so...
Yeah, I'll be watching tomorrow. I know Mr. Jones always loves my predictions.
As long as you don't... Well,
don't
I hope you... Any Ferrari names in chat, and we will see.
What I will do now, though, in Mexico, good luck, Mr. Jones. I'm predicting a Mr. Jones in a podium. In Mexico.
We will see the no in chat very soon. But yeah, this was the championship division, and we will be back, as you said, in Mexico next week. So interesting to see a completely different circuit coming up. But for now, I want to thank you all for interacting in the chat. I really enjoyed that this time. and watching, and that's it for me tonight. You can have the final word tonight.
Yep, great result for the Mercedes, and Ferrari and McLaren all got some good decent points. Good luck in the races tomorrow.
Yes, thank you.
And yeah, I will be racing next week in Mexico. Well, I use the word racing loosely. But yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Really enjoyed it. And thank you, Luke.
Yeah, thank you. No problem.
Goodbye, all.
Yeah, and from me, good evening to everyone, and we will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.